Today's the first day that NFL teams can use the franchise tag to keep unrestricted free agents from hitting the market. Now, the Ravens could go this route. They did that last year with outside linebacker Matthew Judon. Now, when they look at it this season, they could use the franchise tag on Judon once again. Another option would be fellow pass rusher Yannick Ngakoue. Now, if the Ravens were to tag Judon, it would come at a hefty price tag. That would cost over $20 million in cap space this year. Now, it would be a little cheaper to franchise tag Yannick Ngakoue, but it would still be a significant amount. It would be around $15.8 million in cap space. Now, the Ravens are projected to only have around $18 million in cap room. Remember, the salary cap is declining this year. So if they were to use the franchise tag on either of those players, then basically all of the cap space would be eaten up by this move. Now look, there's always ways to move money around. The Ravens could release players, they could work out extensions to defer some of the payment, but it still is a significant amount of money to spend on one player, and given what the salary cap looks like this year, I would be surprised if the Ravens went this route. Keep in mind, the Ravens have talked about some of the things they want to do this offseason. That could be bringing in a veteran wide receiver or upgrading the offensive line or potentially working out extensions with Lamar Jackson or Mark Andrews. All of that takes money and cap space, and if all of that is dedicated to one franchise player, then that really limits what you can do. Now, a couple of other things to keep in mind here. If the Ravens do use the franchise tag, that can be a short-term kind of Band-Aid solution as the two sides continue to work out a long-term extension. They've done that with other players in the past. And the other thing is that just because today is the first day that teams have the option to use the franchise tag doesn't mean that it's the last day. The deadline on using the franchise tag is March 9th. So there's a lot of things that could happen between now and then. So we'll see how all of this plays out. And whenever we're talking about breaking news, make sure you download the latest version of our mobile app and turn on the push notifications. We'll send you an alert as soon as news happens. That's it for me on Final Drive. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.